Hey, listeners, welcome back to the Behind the Mic podcast. And for episode 3, we're going to talk about the last 5 years of what's been happening in our family. It's been so eventful, I think, for everybody. And feel like we've all been on a roller coaster, especially during the pandemic and ups and downs of life. So, hi, Dad. Say hi to the viewers to
Ah,
start it off.
Hi, thank you for tuning in again kasi medyo hindi pala medyo exciting yung topic natin for today's episode.
Yun. So, 2020 was it was such a significant year
Yeah.
for the entire world because of the pandemic, because of COVID-19. But I want to ask you about your story because you had the pandemic before the pandemic. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah. Anong nangyari kasi sa akin, I remember it vividly, no? January 19, 2020, nagba-basketball lang ako. Tapos yung knee ko tumama sa knee ng um,
Opponent.
opponent ko and yung kneecap ko nabasag. So naghiwalay. Talagang wala akong ma-feel nun. And sobrang sakit na to the point na hindi ako umiiyak pero tumutuloy yung luha ko. First time kong makasakay ng emergency
Vehicle.
vehicle which is ambulance. Ako pa yung sakay. Tapos they found out yung kneecap ko nabasag and led to patella fracture. Kaya nung 2020, um, start pa lang, medyo may pandemic na ako. Kasi ang pandemic, pumasok yan, March na eh.
Yeah.
March 15, 2020, if I'm not mistaken. So, that's my pandemic before the pandemic. Yung tuhod ko, naghiwalay siya na hindi ko siya nakokontrol. Tapos, nagkaroon na ako ng, ganun pala yun, no? Pag ang legs mo or any form of muscle, pag hindi mo ginagamit, nag-a-atrophy, nawawala ng muscle because what you don't use, you
You
lose.
lose.
Kaya pala lagi ka dapat on the move, nag-exercise, naglalakad para yung usage and blood flow ng katawan mo continue siya.
So that was your pandemic before the pandemic.
Yeah, that's
So
my pandemic.
you were on bed rest.
Yeah.
Stuck at home for how many months?
Uh, 3 months ako bago makapaglakad ulit. Yeah, ng may kasi sobrang painful as in sobrang sakit. 1 to 10 yung pain, 11, 12. Na to the point kumakain ako sa kama, nagwiwiwi ako sa kama, and tama, nagpupupo sa kama na side lang because it's so painful.
To move.
Yeah.
So it happened because you were playing basketball, you ran into your opponent, so you
Yeah.
had the impact.
Yeah.
But prior to that, that was the first time you really started playing basketball regularly, right?
Yeah.
Kasi as a kid, not as much na.
Kasi yun nga, actually, napag-usapan natin yan sa first episode na.
Yeah.
From playing in the streets, na-introduce ako sa computer. Nakita ko yung idea na sa basketball kasi, para may idea ka, ang pustahan dyan or ang betting, ice tubig, yung cold water lang. Or, pag medyo may budget, RC Cola. So, eto yung mga Coke. So, pag nanalo, pero bago ka naman manalo, 'di ba, masasaktan ka, masisiko ka, matutuhod ka. In short, it's very hard to win with all these physicalities sa basketball. And here comes a time, varsity ako ng Counter-Strike. Para sa akin, easy-easy lang manalo kasi that time, sobrang galing ko
Yeah.
So, I earn like 100, 200, 300, 500 without, alam mo yung shedding
Sweat
a
or
sweat,
anything.
sweating,
But
diba?
now you're in the basketball community years
Again,
after that.
late bloomer ako.
Late bloomer. So how was it like having to experience you were traveling so many years prior to this accident suddenly you're on bed rest.
Yeah.
Pandemic lockdown, everything was shut down. And you were enduring pain that nobody else could understand, how were you able to navigate recovery?
Actually, marami nagtatanong sa akin yan, Ate Thea, na parang, na, na, ano ba, umabot ka ba sa point na nade-depress ka? Ako kasi
Yeah.
medyo, dahil nga batang 90s, 'di ba, millennial, hindi ko binabrand yung sarili ko as depressed. I'm just sad. If may idea ka or naalala mo yung 2020 pandemic, yan yung rise ng Netflix.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 'di ba? Uso yung money heist.
Yeah.
Yan. So, nanonood ako noon kasi injured nga ako. Pero habang nagbabarilan, habang alam mo yun, all the actions and all, bigla na lang tutulo yung luha ko na ba't ba ako nag-basketball? Dapat pala hindi na ako masyado nakipag-competitive. Alam mo yun, lahat ng, ano ba to? Ano bang exact word for that? Na parang regrets. Dapat ganito, dapat hindi na dapat pala, ganyan-ganyan. So, I'm very, very sad na nangyari sa akin yun. Kasi nga, I'm everywhere eh. Na parang sa isang buwan, 3 to 5 provinces yung pupuntahan ko because of my nature of business. Tapos suddenly, wala, 'di ba? So
Just like that.
makapag-CR hindi magawa, hindi makawa. So it's very very alam mo to the point na I'm very sad na binenta ko yung mga sapatos ko. Kasi ang thinking ko, hindi na ako makapaglakad ulit because of that injury.
But you're here now.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
how did you make it here?
Ang original story is March 14 may kausap na ako na PT.
Physical therapist.
Yeah, physical therapist na na sa Instagram. Tapos, sige, mag-start tayo bukas. So, 14. Tapos biglang, eto na yung news, magla-lockdown ng 2 weeks. Hindi ko alam kung naalala mo.
Yeah, 2 weeks lang
2 weeks lang
dapat.
daw. Hindi naman sinabing, di ba, 2 years pala. Pero, konti, mask, face shield, all the social distancing ideas, pakonti-konti nag-open up na yung mga store kasi parang biglang lockdown yun, di ba? Tapos may mga, I don't know if naalala mo yung MECQ, ECQ, GCQ, barbecue, lahat ng Q sinama na. Tapos, nung September, dun ako nag-start mag-PT.
September 2020.
Yeah, after ilang months. Kaya medyo talagang, dapat pala pag may injury ka, napapapiti mo kagad kasi the longer, it's getting, tumitigas siya lalo yung, yung range of motion mo kasi nga, every single day, naka-straight lang siya, hindi mo siya nabebend. So, tumitigas yung mga tissues, yung mga muscles, 'di ba yung parang ganun.
So, how long did you have to go to PT and what was your day-to-day schedule like at the time?
How long? Sabi nung PT ko, for me to be cleared again to play basketball, dapat 2 years. 2 years siya. Pero dahil, dominant eagle, yung 2 years, ginawa kong 1 year and 1 month.
Competitive.
Yeah, competitive. So, paano ko siya ginawa? Every single day, nandun ako sa PT ko for 5 hours every single day.
5 hours every single day?
5 hours every single day.
5 days a week?
Yeah, Monday to Friday kasi that time, restricted din yung mga clinic hours eh. Bawal din yung sobrang tagal, tapos may social distancing din. Kaya yun, every single day yun, 5 hours. Every single day. Grabe yung naging journey ko.
What did you do?
More on kasi pag na-injured ka pala, dahil nga nag-atrophy na, so ibig sabihin ng atrophy na wala na yung mga muscles. So even though i-flex mo siya, hindi siya nag-cooperate yung muscle. So for the 1 month, kinukuryente siya. Para ma-recognize na, hey, wake up! Gagamitin ka na ulit. Parang ganun siya. Kinukuryente siya. Tapos ninidling siya.
Wow.
Parang binubuhay siya ulit. Tapos pinapakilala yung pain. Kasi nga, dahil nga masakit, ang katawan pala natin ganun, no? Pag nakaramdam ng pain, so yung left leg ko or left,
Side of the body.
yun ang nagiging ano niya, safety. Pero hindi pala yun. Hayaan mo lang, i-reintroduce mo yung pain, yung weight, yung, kung ano talaga siya, kung ano talaga yung, ano niya, yung,
What it should feel.
yeah, yung function niya. Yeah, yun.
Okay, so your right knee, no?
Yeah,
Your right knee.
right.
And then you had to learn how to walk again.
Yeah. So, ano,
What was that like?
ang kulit kasi kailangan pala nagsusway yung mga arm, mga ganun. Tapos, right to left, left to right. Tapos, heel pala muna bago mag-gitna. Tapos, ganun. So, lahat ng basic tinuro sa akin ulit. Paano magdahan-dahan. Meron akong isi-share sa'yo. Hindi ka pala pwedeng, nung journey, di ba, tama yung sinay mo. Tinuruan ako ulit maglakad. Bago ako tumakbo, pinatalon muna ako. Dahil pala, ma-bear mo muna yung weight ng full body mo bago ka tumakbo ulit. Kaya lahat, everything ginawa ko. Althea, na nag-training pa ako sa swimming pool. Doon muna ako nag-practice tumalon at tumakbo bago ko sa mga land. Kasi mas males yung pressure.
Intense.
Yeah, so intense.
For a year and a month, 5 hours a day for 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Crazy. And you had a lot of fears also, no?
Yeah.
Of course. So what were your fears going into that recovery journey?
Bukod dun kasi yung sa magka-COVID, kasi every single day lumalabas ako. Tapos nag-PPT, and that was the time na karoon nata tayo ng 30,000, 40,000. Umabot nga ng 50,000 COVID cases every single day. Tapos syempre, that was the time na you guys are so tiny pa,
Yeah.
lalo na si Donnie. 'Di ba, ilang taon pa lang si Donnie doon,
Like
2 years old pa lang
1 year,
ata
2
siya.
years.
Yeah, 2 years old. So yun yung pinaka-fear ko kasi dito naman sa recovery ko, wala na ako naging fear kasi ang galing talaga ng mga PTs. Day by day, yung progress mo talaga, paganda ng paganda. So, ang fear ko, magkaroon ako ng COVID at mahawaan ko kayo. Yun talagang pinaka-greatest fear ko dun sa pandemic at dun sa PT journey ko.
Because you were exposed to more
Every single
people
day.
every single day.
Tapos ang hirap nun yung sinishare ko sa'yo, nakamask kami nun na nagpi-PT.
Yeah, because that's physical action. Yeah, physical movement. You have trouble breathing then.
Yeah.
So you spent so much time focusing on your recovery. How did that affect the business side of things? Because by this time you have a family of 6. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wala pa si Ali nun eh.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah. So, sa akin medyo a bit draining. Kasi early in the morning, I do these trainings na. Tapos, dahil nga exhausting siya, kailangan mo matulog after. Tapos, ang business ko is more on, umaabot talaga ng gabi hanggang madaling araw.
Yeah.
And that time, pag nagpipiti ka, hindi ka pwedeng mapuyat. So, 10 o'clock pa lang, max na 11, dapat tulog ka na kasi tomorrow, bakbakan ulit ng 5 hours. Kaya may mga namimiss ako mga opportunities, may mga namimiss ako mga trainings and events din ng company because I'm focusing on my rehab journey, recovery. Yeah.
So after though, you were able to make a full recovery.
Yeah.
You mentioned like for the past few years na you jump higher, you run faster, you were able to win basketball leagues pa, diba?
Oo, nag-champion pa kami, diba?
Yeah. So, that's amazing. So, praise God for that. But, you still had a lot of trials to face also post-recovery that you weren't expecting.
Yeah.
How was that?
Anong mga trials to? Sige, name a few.
Because you weren't able to be fully present in your business and your family was growing,
Yeah.
you had a shift also in your environment when it came to your career.
Yeah, so yun yung mga challenges na talagang kasi ang na-build kong team more on provinces eh. 'Di ba
Yeah.
yun? Nag-stay tayo sa Bicol,
Mhm.
tapos sa Iloilo. Nung pandemic, nag-shift kasi ng online eh. As much as they want to, kasi ang mga Bicolano at saka mga
Ilocano.
Ilonggo.
Ilonggo? Ay,
Ilonggo.
Ilonggo.
Iba yung ano niyan eh, yung desire, yung grit. Kaso nga lang, andun yung desire, andun yung grit. Kaso nga lang wala namang internet, walang mangyayari. So technically napag-iwanan sila ng changing times.
Mm.
Kaya malaki ding impact dun sa organization ko. Pakonti-konti ng we're not growing, tapos pakonti-konti ng nawala yung mga leaders. Kaya tapos eventually hindi na nakapag-recover. Kaya this year, yun nga yung brand ko sa content creation. This is my comeback year for my business. So I started a new business this year lang. Tapos while eto lang, a month ago lang ata, yeah, I'm focusing on this content creation and yeah, this podcast, my baby.
Yung new
Baby podcast.
baby podcast, Behind the Mic.
Yeah.
So, as we wind down, what can you tell our listeners about what to expect in the coming episodes?
Sa akin, yun lang, kasi I'm doing the business and I travel all areas of ngayon. Yeah, I think napunta ko naman lahat kasi Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. Nakapunta rin ako sa Tugigaraw. Nakapunta pa ako sa Mindanao sa pinakamalayo ko dyan saan. Marami akong mga stories na napakinggan and inspired me a lot. And dami kong mga taong na-meet. And it's just that they don't have the platform and the opportunity to share their stories behind this mic. So, nagla-line up ako ng mga invites and guests dito sa Behind the Mic podcast na ginagawa natin. Yun, kaya exciting kasi I'm sure maraming may inspire. Even ako sa mga stories nila, 'di ba, na from mga nag-start na talagang walang-wala, 'di ba? Tas ngayon they're growing, thriving and giving opportunities sa iba't ibang klaseng tao. Yan, making impacts.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, we're expecting a lot more stories behind the mic from a lot more people. So, yeah, this has been an amazing day talking to you, Dad. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for answering my endless questions.
Yeah, thank you. It's an honor and opportunity to be hosted by Althea Papa. Yeah.
So, to close this episode of the podcast, for listeners who might also be struggling through their comeback era or they're stuck recovering from something and they want to get back in the game, keep their momentum up, what's a piece of advice that you can tell our listeners?
Yeah. Meron akong i-share sa inyo na one big idea na it will change your life. Hindi to wala to sa Bible, but yung idea na these two shall pass. These two shall pass. Pag meron kayong pinagdadaanan, malalagpasan nyo din yan. Ang thinking is, these two shall pass. In fact, even if the good things, these two shall pass. So, pag yun ang mindset mo na pag may pangit or may pinagdadaanan ka mahirap, these two shall pass. Give you the positivity and nagkakaroon ka ng vision, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. But at the same time, pag may magandang nangyayari sa'yo, yung super gaganda, ang idea mo din is, these two shall pass. You're gonna be in the present eh. Kunyari, di ba? Um, I have a daughter, si Ali. Pag naglalaro kami, every single night to bago matulog, kinikiss niya ako, hinahag niya
Mm.
ako, nagsisiso up and down kami. Pag ang thinking mo, this too shall pass, tatanggalin mo yung cellphone mo.
Yeah.
You cherish the moment, be present about, 'di ba? The real, yun yung, paano ko ba sasabihin to? That's the reason why I live. 'Di ba? Yung mga kids ko, seeing them happy, seeing them full of joy and grateful. Yun, na pag ang thinking mo, this too shall pass, you cherish the moment, you embrace the moment na I'm the wealthiest person alive because I have the greatest things in life, which is family. Because the greatest things are not things, it's relationship.
Yeah. What a way to end the podcast. So, again, thank you, listeners, for joining us today. We hope that you learned a lot of valuable lessons. I'm sure I did. And we hope that you stay tuned for the next podcast. I'm Althea Papa, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you everyone. Again, this is DJ. Welcome to Behind the Mic podcast. See you sa next episode.
Bye.
Bye.